Hey guys, Zero here, and today we have an unboxing for the Nintendo Switch OLED Special Edition Pokémon Scarlet and Violet Edition. This one came out last week, which is a while before the actual game comes out, but these ones went a little bit quicker than the last Special Edition, which wasn't that long ago, and was the Splatoon 3 system. Those ones, at least at my store, I can say, originally lasted a little bit longer, and then we even got some more in after that. But these ones went like immediately the day they were released, and we have not gotten any back in since then. So these ones are a little bit harder to get, I would say. Pokemon, obviously, a little bit more popular than Splatoon, but when this one was first announced, I kind of liked it, was interested in it, more so because of the box art, which is kind of dumb because I know the system itself is not necessarily, I think once I get it out and look at it, I'm not going to like it as much as I think I do, but I just liked right off the bat that the box was black, and had like all this red on it, with the Joy-Con and the Pokemon and some of the symbols and stuff. Black and red, obviously, if you've been on the channel at all, you know that's one of my favorite color combinations. The Splatoon box was technically black. It had a little bit of black at the bottom, and then the sides were black. But the front had, this whole background was like the cover of the Splatoon 3 game. Here, you don't really have like that whole background. You just have like black background with the symbols. But yeah, it's an OLED, so it's in one of the smaller vertical boxes, which I heard they're actually going to be making all the Switches in boxes like that soon, just to save on production costs. But yeah, I have a regular OLED, a white one up there, so we'll see which one of these I'll end up liking better and keeping. But sticking with the way they've been doing their boxes for a while, there's no circle stickers or anything sealing the box. You can just open the tabs. So right off the bat, we have the Joy-Cons here, which are obviously Scarlet and Violet colored. Now we have had, I think, 3 or 4 different shades of red Joy-Cons by now, between the Neon Red, Mario Odyssey Red, there was like a Japan-only red that I think we eventually got over here in some sort of bundle. And then there was like a Mario Anniversary, which was like a red Switch system, like the actual system itself was red, and it came with red Joy-Cons, and they were each a slightly different shade. They kept getting progressively more and more darker and like actually red, whereas like the neon red is like almost like an orange. This is kind of somewhere in between. It's like a very dull red. I wouldn't really say it looks orange, but they do have the symbols on there for the different houses or teams or whatever you want to call them for the school in the game. There's also a purple Joy-Con that comes with an orange one. I think they came out around Halloween a couple years ago for Luigi's Mansion. They weren't tied to that game, they just came out around the same time. But I think this is a different shade of purple. I think the other one is, it's hard to say if it's darker or lighter without having it here, but this is definitely a different purple. And you got the symbol of the grapes there. They also do have symbols on the back of them, which will tie into when they're actually connected to the Switch. So now we'll look at the actual Switch system itself, which usually, for special editions, all they do is they put like on the back, I think with the last 2 like Pokemon ones they did this, and also with like maybe Fire Emblem, I want to say, the back of it was like black, like solid black, and then they would put like characters or symbols on the back, but they would just be like a shinier, glossier shade of black, so you could barely see them, and you'd have to like tilt the Switch in the light to even like see the actual picture. That's not the case with this system here, which is kind of why I was interested in this one. So these are actually, like, you get the full bright colored pictures on this one, so it's very noticeable. Now, I don't really play my Switch in handheld a whole lot, if ever. It's always in the dock. So that's why I'm not sure if I'll actually end up liking this design overall compared to the white OLED. But just looking at it right now, I really like the design. I think it's really cool with the different pictures of the starter Pokemon and the symbols on there and everything like that. It's nice too now that they have the OLED with the larger kickstand. They can actually put the picture all the way across it instead of just kind of working around the little kickstand that used to be there. Obviously the front is just a normal Switch, already getting dust on it. Nothing different because it's pretty much just a screen on the front. But yeah, that back, I really like that. You can kind of see. And yes, I've counted, including the Joy-Cons. You do have each Pokemon represented equal, each starter. I think it's like 3 or 4 times each. So we'll put this one on this side, if I can do this one-handed. Yep. So this is actually kind of cool because most of the other special editions didn't go this far, but you actually have the Joy-Cons kind of connect in terms of like the image. Not really, like the characters are kind of just thrown on there. It doesn't really blend into the picture too much, but you do see a little bit of like the symbol in the background there, and this symbol kind of carries over onto here. So it does kind of connect and bring the whole picture in like together. As far as the color choice, I mean, obviously they were going to go with Scarlet and Violet to go along with the Pokemon games, but purple and this shade of red, not my favorite, but I do like the pop of color that the Switch gets overall with the black background. Like I said, usually we're used to just getting black with a barely noticeable shiny gloss image on the back. But what's interesting about this Switch, kind of like the Animal Crossing system, you also have a different dock. And the Animal Crossing one is not an OLED, but it did have a different dock. It had a cream-colored dock with an island and I think Timmy and Tommy Nook on it. And so here we have a different dock as well, which is not something they've done too often. That's one complaint a lot of people have had with the special editions, is for the longest time they were just giving you the regular black dock with some of like, at least like the original Switch model, not the OLED so much, but now this is actually interesting here. So I already have a white dock, as you can see up there, but this one, the dock is actually completely different. So if you've ever seen a Switch OLED up close with the white dock, it's a rough textured matte finish. This actually has a layer of glossy plastic on the front, so you can kind of see the reflection kind of changing there. So this is totally smooth, almost like glass, and I think that's kind of cool because I don't know if it'll make it more like durable and it'll make the picture last longer, but that is just definitely a different way to do the dock. Because the images take up so much space on the dock itself, they actually had to move the Nintendo Switch symbol to the top of the dock, which is interesting. And then on the back, you actually get a little Pokeball, which kind of fits perfectly in this little new round corner thing that they've been doing for the OLED docks. They also had to include the Pokemon copyright information on the back of the dock because Pokemon Company and Game Freak are like that. They want to have their name everywhere. So otherwise, the dock is the same, aside from those couple differences I pointed out. In the back, you do get that textured matte finish, although it still doesn't feel as rough as the original, but that just might be my brain. But yeah, on the front, you have this like extra layer, because I think they made the dock just regular, and then they added like an extra piece of plastic to the front, because I don't think that's there on the regular dock. So yeah, when the system is inside the dock, it's gonna, all you're gonna see is gonna be like the Joy-Cons. I don't even know if I can do this with one hand, but yeah, okay. So you're just going to see off the side, you know, the red, the purple, and a little bit of the black of the screen popping out the top. And then you have the 2 legendary Pokemon, which is weird because I don't know why they're even considered legendaries in this game. I guess we'll have to play it to find out. But usually the legendary is like this rare Pokemon that has eluded people for a long time, and you end up catching it like at the end of the game. But in these games, you actually get them like right off the bat, and they serve as like your vehicles around the world. So that's gonna be kind of interesting. I don't really know how that's gonna work then, because usually you're kind of working up to trying to catch the legendary at the end. But I guess I don't know. Maybe there'll be something else big to catch, or we'll see how that goes. I will say that the white does stand out a lot more on the purple than the gold on the red there. That's almost, depending on the lighting, like it looks a little bit easier to spot there, but when it's like that, it kind of hard to see. It kind of blends in. You have your red and your purple here with a little bit of just kind of like gray background border. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to want this one or the white OLED. I kind of just like the plain black and white of the OLED that I have now. The only thing I really like better about this one is the actual back of the system itself. But like I said, I don't play my system in handheld pretty much at all, if ever. So this might be something that I don't really need to keep. But that's pretty much what you get that's special in the system. Of course, everything else in the box, you get the power adapter, the HDMI cable, and all that stuff. But this is what you get with the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet system. It's pretty much sold out everywhere that I've looked at this point. So if you do want it, you might have to go online. I'm not sure what the scalper prices are right now at the moment on like eBay. Probably not super high because Switches have not generally been hard to get lately. So even special edition ones I've seen going for like pretty much retail price, maybe like $20 more. So that's not bad considering, you know, for a while PS5s have going for like $1,000 or more. Now even those have come down. I think you can get one. I mean, you can just walk into a store and buy one now. At least at my store, we get them every other day. But online, if you wanted to buy one, it would probably be like slightly over retail, like maybe just enough to add like double the tax or something like that. But yeah, so if you're looking for this one, if you really want it, I can recommend it. I do like it. I think it's one of their better designs, probably one of their best designs so far for a special edition. Um, I really do like the black with the pops of color on the back. If you play your Switch in handheld a lot, I definitely recommend this one. Or if you really like this particular dock, I also recommend it. Um, the price is basically like $10 more than a normal OLED. It's $360 instead of $350. I don't know why they did that with the Splatoon one. Also, it's kind of dumb. They're just adding on $10 to add on $10. It does not come with the games. Obviously, the games don't even come out for another week from when I'm filming this. So that's pretty much it. I kind of almost like the box better than the actual system itself. I just like all the black. I like having a black box. I know that's stupid, but the system itself is great. It's cool looking. I just don't know, since all the design is on the back, if it's really going to matter that much to me. So I'll have to think about that. But hopefully this helped you guys make a decision. So if you like this one, check it out if you can find it. And until the next video, I will see you guys later.